What's going on? You're listening to StageCraft. This is Taisha Estrada.
And this is Colin Sidley.
Oh, of Attic Sessions.
Of Attic
The
Sessions.
band.
Yes, the band.
So, why the heck are you guys here?
Colin, you want to share
If only I could give you a concrete answer on that. I was asking myself the same thing on the car ride over.
Oh,
I invite smart people that make good music.
Oh.
So
What are
that's
we
why
doing
you're
here?
Thank you, Kat. Yeah, we're in a band. Our band is called Attic Sessions. Colin is actually the latest joinee. We trapped him last, October?
That's accurate.
Yep. And we've been together as a band. Like the core group has been together as a band for like 3 years. And he just joined us, and we're like kind of in the process of revamping our sound. It's definitely becoming more unique.
what are the instruments?
So I play bass. I also sing a little bit here and there. But Taisha's, of course, the lead singer.
Yep. And then we got Connor Holdridge on guitar and Marty Reisenberg on drums.
Nice.
Have you all been around the music business a while, or some of you new to it?
The
So
legacy. You want to tell them?
Sure. I'll talk about the lineage. So my parents are actually both musicians, full-time music teachers and musicians. And I grew up playing in a band with them, actually. The Sidleys, just a little
Partridge?
Still
free
a band.
plug for them.
Band?
Still a band, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They still exist, yeah.
They're royalty.
Yeah, and I mean, everybody in my immediate family plays. My older brother is a drummer, younger brother plays keys, and, we play together and have a good time and have a bad time and have all the times, it's family.
How similar was it to like the Brady Bunch Partridge Family type experience?
Well, people have compared us to the Partridge Family, and it's like, I don't know if that's a fair comparison. I want to say it's pretty different from that, from what I've heard, I like to think we rise above the usual family band.
Do you listen to your own music?
I listen to it like after I record it, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna end up playing these songs like a million times, anyways. And also, like, my parents like to write about them being intimate. Sometimes I'm like, oh no, that's what that lyric means.
Whoa.
Gross.
Wow.
At least I think so. I'm like, oh, I can't get enough of your love. I'm barely standing up. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Colin's singing backgrounds. Enough love up.
Tacit approval.
That's gotta, you gotta like put like a tab in that for therapy, right?
Yes.
I'm not upset about
bring out the
this,
trauma.
but I gotta talk about it a little bit.
I'm just, put this
Credit my therapist.
Exactly.
That
I just
deep
put it
inside.
into a little box and I squish it down and never think about it again. Why do you ask?
Yes.
I would have brought my wah pedal had I known we'd get this blue so early.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty quick to it. Yeah, pretty quick to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not my baby done miss me. My daddy done miss me. My mama done miss me.
One's being missed, yeah.
Well, but do you even know what the Partridge Family is, though? Because it's
I-
a generational gap.
I do. I mean, it's like I've seen the photos, and I just know, like, the baggage, I guess. I don't know the actual musical component of it.
Did you have a bus? Did you have a travel van?
No, we have, like, an SUV.
It's kind of, yeah.
With a name on the side?
Unfortunately, no.
Really?
No,
Wow.
no. Usually, at this point, we kind of all drive separately, too. Yeah. But,
You guys tour?
not a whole lot. We play a lot of gigs in the area. My parents usually perform as a duo. But we did something in Georgia not too long ago, so we drove out there specifically for that and then drove back when that was done. But yeah, usually in the area, things like that.
Hands intertwined, yours enveloped in mine. Words get lost in the rain on your cold window pane. Could it be that you and I should stay in this place and time? nothing more than two atoms in space colliding. Oh, what a ruse, yet somehow divine, drifting away in the reveries made. Countless stars in the sky that reflect in your eyes. Could it be that we should feel this way in a love serene? Nothing less than a tangible dream. Awaken, oh, but you lead my reason astray. Drifting away in the reveries made. Countless stars in the sky that reflect in your eyes. Could it be that we should feel this way in a love serene? Nothing less than a tangible dream.
You know.
So let's pivot to the attic sessions, please.
I want to talk all about
My
this.
parents love the free
This is amazing.
advertising.
Mention their names.
So you guys are not all related in the attic session, are you?
We are not.
Not as far as we know.
Yes.
Not
The
yet.
blood tests are incoming.
Yeah. The DNA tests have
Yeah,
yet
check
to.
that deontology. Wow. So it's how did you start out? How did you start out, and what? Why?
Why the attic? So the original group was not the group that currently is. We were all in music school together. We all went to George Mason, and we were all like a part of the jazz program there. And we started playing one-off gigs, and then it was just kind of natural, right? We all vibed, and then we were like, let's start playing music a little more together. And then right when we started to sort of form the group more seriously, the pandemic hit. Which is when we gave it the name Attic Sessions, because like it was pretty much the only place outside of our homes where any of us would congregate. And we did pass around COVID here and there. It was, wasn't the safest environment, but it was like the only other space we had. So it became like the home away from home, and then the creative space.
Nice. By necessity in a lot of ways.
Indeed.
Wow.
You like put an ad in the paper, or you just knew friends and said, "Hey, come on, jam
No,
with us."
no, it wasn't so much a jam session. It was like we ended up playing gigs together, and then it was a core group of people. And then, of course, you know how bands are. People kind of start coming in and out, and, level of commitment or interest wanes. And then we ended up the group which we now are after the addition of Colin last year. Yeah.
Nice. Very, very nice.
I like how you said that you passed around COVID a few times, especially now. Now that we've gotten past the real horrible time,
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends who have said like they've gotten it several times, and I had another friend who I said, how have things been since things opened up, and he was like, I leaned into it. He's like, I never stopped doing anything. He's like, it was great.
Oh no!
He was like, no lines. He's like, there was always parking.
God. But see, if you would have admitted that a few years ago, it would
we would have drummed it out
automatic
of town.
cancellation.
Yeah, I would have drummed it right out of town.
Everybody moves to the other side of the
Bring out the
room.
rail.
I know,
Yeah.
super canceled.
At
Super
the
canceled.
minimum that day, if he said like I'm leaning into it, we'd be like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa,
I'm actively trying to get COVID.
yeah, you
Just want to try out all the strains.
got to pop your COVID cherry.
Yeah.
That's what has to happen. Oh,
Yeah, well, there was a time when people were at the very beginning singing with masks on.
yeah,
That was kind of weird.
It
yes.
was wild.
That sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Singing with a
definitely
mask really sucks.
There were like choral groups and bands that had plexiglass that they would
Yeah.
use for each individual musician in the ensemble.
I kind of like that look though because
Yeah.
it kind of has like a sci-fi feel to it.
It's
You mean-
you're like your own pope. You know,
Yeah.
everyone is.
That's a good quote. You're your own pope.
But those people went one step further. They had a full plexiglass around them,
Oh,
like a whole full body thing.
like Spinal Tap,
Indeed.
like the little shell.
Indeed.
At first, we didn't know anything. We were just like, I knew people that were like hanging their grocery bags up for a couple hours. to
Yes.
Let the whatever it was.
They told us to wipe our groceries down.
I did hear that. I never did it.
Yeah, lots of
Hear
misinformation.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you live and learn. Just go through the thing. So you guys are in full blast right now?
Pretty much.
Something like that.
Well,
Yeah.
I like that term, full blast.
Yeah.
Mostly Colin fully blasts,
Yeah, that's
And
what I'm
then-
known for.
Yeah, we're trying to do the thing. We're gigging out a little more. We haven't released any of the new stuff yet, except for like some YouTubes. YouTubes. Is
No,
this-
there's no proof I'm actually in the band.
yeah, you're a ghost.
It's a tough initiation
Yeah, it
ceremony,
is.
right?
Yeah, there's a lot of hazing,
Yeah. Well, these days, and I don't even know. How do you really release something? How do you get it going?
Oh Lord, you put it up on DistroKid and hope that people listen to it. Bandcamp.
Pause for 1 second.
Yeah.
What is DistroKid? What is that?
DistroKid is a distribution website. You put it up, you put in your information, you give them money, and they make sure that your music goes up to all of the streaming platforms.
Ah.
That's like pretty much one of the easiest websites to use.
Did you know about this?
I didn't know about it at all.
So
Yeah.
it's like
Wilfredo?
a fast way to get everything out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
been
Yep.
keeping
And their
this
whole
from you.
their whole thing is that it's like particularly fast within the realm of distribution.
Okay.
It still takes a little while. But for people who are doing streaming, that's the path.
Do you manage all the stats from one location?
You can check them for each individual platform. I don't think as of right now DistroKid has those capabilities. Maybe through a different site. It depends. They'll make you pay like a one-time fee for the whole year, and you can upload as much stuff as you want. But if you don't want your stuff erased, they'll make you pay like $39 per track. So it's like, it's kind of
Wow,
a.
That's high.
Yeah.
It is.
I bet
no, it is high.
they're doing all right with money, huh?
I think they're doing okay. Yeah.
This episode is paid for by DistroKid.
Well, let me ask you: did it pay off for you?
No, in no way. It has done the exact opposite. It has very much taken a lot of money from me.
Drinks flowing swiftly, got no care, you see. Tell me what you want and baby who you ought to be. You're my little secret, nobody can know. If you say the word, we'll find another place to go. Acting like you don't know, acting like I care. Let me run my hands off. Didn't see you there. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. my head. Make you wait to see me, leave me lying in your bed. All your words recited, what it means to me. Take another look and boy, what am I glad to see. Acting like you don't know, acting like I care. Let me run my hands off. Didn't see you there. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. Won't you tell me when are you coming through? Please don't leave me hanging. I just need your touch. Being all alone, it is way too much. I know you wanna please me. Ain't too much to do. Won't you tell me when are you coming?
Okay. I can take the reins for a second.
Give us the
So
rundown.
on Saturday, we have a show at Union Stage. Actually, we're performing with Strutman Lane and Millen, the other act. It's really cool. I've never played this venue before, and it's a big stage, and it Union Stage, and this is the capital of the Union. So I'm very excited, and have a sense of patriotism I've never had before, and yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be cool.
Where do you feel the patriotism? Where does it swell inside?
It kind of starts
The groin.
in my groin,
Yeah.
and then it just kind of erupts.
Moves
from
up to the DAR.
It's a great venue.
Yeah,
be
no,
there.
I'm looking forward to playing there.
a really cool venue.
Have you played before, Tasha?
Well, okay, I played there one time as a part of a college ensemble. It was a very small feature as a background, as a part of a jazz thing. So I didn't even get to go to the backstage. It was like, ooh, you can kind of, be on here for a second and then get out. But this is my first real time playing there. The last show I saw there was like maybe Barty's Strange. And it's a really, shout out to Barty's. It was a killer show, and it's a really cool space.
Right.
And good pizza. Now we're an advertisement for Union Stage.
The green room.
we could have
They
StageCraft
better
there.
pay
That'd be
us. They better pay us.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. So what? Talk about your music a little bit. What? Because you guys are both coming from jazz.
Yeah.
Is Attic Sessions jazz?
What do you think?
I always have a hard time answering this question.
It's hard.
There's definitely elements of jazz in there.
There's a lot of improvisation.
Yeah.
We almost every song has some element of improvisation or just straight up time for, But we're not a jam band. I want a disclaimer. Not quite.
We're just a band that jams.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What is the difference between a jam band and an improv band?
You guys wear shoes.
Yeah.
We're not-
Typically, we have a shoe policy. we do require
Performance
deodorant.
kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I guess we're not always on hallucinogenics, and then
Well,
not always.
speak for yourself.
Okay, I will speak for myself.
And there's just so many different.
Sandy dried mushrooms.
And our songs usually stay under the 13-20 minute, threshold.
Generally speaking.
usually.
That's a threshold, huh?
That's oh yeah.
No one's ever played a vacuum cleaner.
Oh
You know.
Well, there's still time.
there is
need to see these.
I'm talking about. Well, I'm talking about a specific jam band. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, I don't want to name them.
No.
This isn't an advertisement for them.
It's an advertisement for you. Remind everyone the name of your band.
Yeah, and
Yes.
this
The
right
Attic
there, and
Sessions
you just-
Show.
Attic session.
Attic
Sessions show.
So, I mean, to elaborate a little more in terms of the influences on sort of what the band pulls from, a lot of us are into like the more modern iterations of jazz. Neo soul is a really big influence. Marty and I are pretty into like old school hip hop, so you'll hear some of that stuff. We don't do it justice, but we do our own thing with it, if you will. Man, there's a lot. There's a lot. I like to think it's kind of groovy and I don't know, compelling and aurally different from a lot of stuff that we hear.
Last night I went to the disco. Found me a good-looking man. He came right over, slick talking. I pulled him in by the hand. We danced until we were dizzy. Then as we turned round to leave, notice some people start talking. They said directly to me, "Hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, what you doing this side of town? Hey girl, hey girl, hey, what you doing? You can't be hanging around." Woke up around 10 in the morning. Good time to pack up and go. The chilly breeze across my skin. Go-go boots stepped in the snow. Noticed them church bells were ringing. Those folks caught a sight of me. They didn't like my torn stockings. They said directly to me, "Hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey, what you doing this side of town? Hey girl, hey girl, hey, what you doing? You can't be hanging around." Hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey, what you doing this side of town? Hey girl, hey girl, hey, what you doing? You can't be hanging around.
So far, our like method for making music, except for some stuff that you've brought in, Colin has brought in like pretty much fully formed to the group. Usually one person will start off with an idea, and it's, you know, some sort of Marty, for example, likes to write little keys parts, and then he'll loop that over a drum groove, and I think he uses Ableton. He'll share those little stems, and then we'll all kind of listen, come with an idea of what we want to do, or melodies or whatever, and then hash it out in the rehearsal. So it is a little bit of a methodical, not so random, things don't really just fall into place.
All original.
All original stuff so far, yeah.
Great.
And the stuff we'll be releasing upcoming original. We like to play covers sometimes, It's the one
What covers do you pick?
Man, my favorite.
That could tell a lot about a band.
My favorite is Voodoo Woman. It's this old blues song by Coco Taylor.
I've heard that.
Yeah, no, it's a killer tune.
Sort of like New Orleans Cajuns.
Yeah. It's really, really groovy. They call me the Voodoo.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it sounds.
Yeah, that's, stay tuned, folks. There's more where that came from.
I was actually thinking of New Orleans when you were describing your music, and I remember going into Conservation Hall and hearing fusion, which was just different to my ears.
Yeah.
Would that be closer to kind of...
So I play fusion, I guess. Like, I'm in another band, and that's kind of what we do. And there's a few other projects where I do that. So there's all, I kind of disperse some elements of that
It's in there,
in the music. Yeah, best I can.
for sure.
Neat.
Do you have an album in the can ready to go? Just...
Nothing ready to go yet. Well, we have one that's released. It's like one of the old iterations of the band, if you will. But we've been working on probably an album's worth of songs that we have sitting around. We just have to strategize and organize as to when we want to record and release. It's in the works. Cool. Thank you for asking that.
Sure. They don't have those... Are they still having those issues with, big backlog for vinyl pressing?
I think that's still a thing. I think that's still a thing.
Residual from
I think you
supply
need
chain issues or whatever.
Yeah, I think you need like a year's worth of advance still.
Are you doing mono pressings?
Probably not.
Oh, okay, yeah.
People are doing cassettes.
That's fair.
Fair. I don't know how many people use them, but
Cassettes are kind
They're
of hip
making a
now.
comeback,
Yeah.
actually.
They are.
Yeah.
one of our guests had a cassette, and it was beautiful. It was like this gorgeous shade of purple, and it was kind of translucent, and but I'd still have to...
No, I have a little collection. So I was working at this church, and I also won't say the name of the church so as to not throw them under. It was a bit of a not so mutual split, but I took their cassette player, and that's the best thing that I got from that place.
Good for you.
Going to hell.
Thanks, Wilfredo.
It was worth it.
It was worth it.
Satisfied no more. Another vision's at my door. You look good, but you're trying too hard to satisfy and know. Oh, when even in the darkest days, shadows casting through the haze. Visitation hours are coming to a close. Wouldn't want you round no more. It rings true, it's true. But you're saying too much. I'll keep the memory of your touch. Oh, when even in the darkest days, shadows casting through the
can yell too. I'm pretty good at yelling.
How do you like maintain your voice and the quality and tone if you're going all out?
I'm not the most mindful singer, to be perfectly honest. I don't really have tips or tricks. I try to stop singing if I'm blowing it out. And if I can get the monitor...
Sounds reasonable.
If I can get the monitor situation good, that's probably the best. But it is kind of tough to maintain.
And do you do things like rest beforehand or after? You try to stay silent?
I try.
Yeah?
I try. It's not, not always feasible with jobs.
I had a friend tell me, like avoid gluten, sugar, alcohol, like on the day of shows, and maybe even as just a general advice.
Yeah, all the fun stuff.
Right, yeah, right.
Hey, there's sugar in Southern Comfort.
Hey there. Yeah, I loves me some honey too, so I'll like guzzle that. But essentially, I'm just trying to get a free vocal lesson here.
No. This is
Isn't
totally
honey
valid.
good for the
Yeah,
voice? I
StageCraft.
always heard honey was like.
Honey's supposed to be soothing when you're sick.
Okay, maybe I'm just completely making that up.
Your friend was giving good advice.
Cool.
Your friend was getting. It is good to avoid all of those things: milk, products, caffeine, dairy, all those kinds of things are not helpful.
You shouldn't drink cow milk anyways. It's weird.
Why not?
Because it's for the babies. Like what? Like you wouldn't drink a person's milk, would you? You wouldn't be like.
Depends on the person.
John, where's the baby?
Would you
Where's
drink
the baby?
We're going there, people.
So would you drink? Let's go. Would you drink a
There you
human's
go.
milk?
Would you drink human milk? Like a big old glass. If it was cold.
Well, technically,
I'm going to divert this question to Taisha.
I wasn't.
If it was my own, 100%.
Which explains so much.
But isn't most of it? I mean, I don't know. I feel most of the singing hurdles are in the head. I mean, obviously, if you blow out your voice, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But it's people are unconfident or don't feel they have the range and never tested or something like that. And that makes it hard to listen to.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a mental battle, exactly.
There is also overconfidence, I find, with some people.
But isn't that good to watch, though, and listen to?
It depends. It can be,
I think, there's a mental image you kind of have of like the oversinger, Can you do it? Do you think you could do it justice?
Oh god, it's more of I feel like more of a performance thing.
That's what
It's a physical
Can you
thing.
do it?
yeah.
Can you do it? You know what we're
There's like
see-
the,
Yeah.
those.
The hands.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about hand
You're Rod
gestures.
Stewart.
I need to just sound like a cat being stepped on. Is there a cat available somewhere?
Do we have a cat sound on there, John?
Okay.
Meow.
There you go. Thank you. No, I think we all know the oversing. Yeah. And I understand what you mean, though, where it's like someone who just, like, you kind of get into the sort of, like, it's like the chutzpah a little bit of, like,
Yeah.
Should they be doing that?
Right.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that just, they feel they can't do it, and they fulfill that.
Self-fulfilling destiny.
They
I
just,
think a lot of times it can be a mental battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
fear of even hearing your own voice, getting
Yes.
over that. hump.
It's tough.
Absolutely.
It can be
It
tough,
is.
actually.
It is. And
Yeah.
I mean, probably this is good for any instrument, but a lot of times I'll tell people that are taking voice lessons, like, record yourself and listen back.
Yeah.
And then you're going to hear all the things that we talked about, and then you'll be able to adjust it. Because it does help, It does help to hear yourself back.
Well, I know I'm already perfect, so like I've eclipsed that.
yeah, of course, this wasn't
Confidence we're
focused at
talking
you.
about.
Yeah. This is directed at everyone else,
Yeah,
obviously.
exactly. So you got, how about strange stories that the band has? On stage or within rehearsals, or
As a band?
I don't know. Have we?
are you all just real
Must be
straight?
so awful
Nothing
and
ever
dirty if
happens?
they're trying to
No, I
sift
mean,
through their memories.
We battle. We have our own individual
We
issues.
do, yeah.
but you have fun tour stories.
That's true. Not from this band, but from other various things.
Go ahead,
that
say
was
it. The
picked up.
family band, right?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't actually the family band. It was this band that just picked me up randomly. They like
Off the side of the
contacted
road?
me. Yeah. They're like, "Oh, you look good."
You look like a bass player. Come on up here.
And
Not
I
trying
didn't
to
know the horror that lie in store for me. They were this band out of like San Francisco. They like hit me up on the internet somehow. I don't
Is it
know.
Metallica?
Yeah. It was Metallica.
was being
I'm the new
humble, he
bass
didn't
player
wanna
for
say.
Metallica. But yeah, they were just kind of like this older couple. They did like this blues thing, and I was more or less like their hostage for like 2 weeks, I guess. Like I wasn't fully aware of just like their specific interpersonal dynamic, but they would like it was like a girlfriend and boyfriend. They were both like a little older, but they had this. She had this move where she'd kind of like playfully kick him on stage, like, and then sometimes she'd be legitimately mad, chasing him around stage trying to kick him. They would like kind of like yell at each other on stage.
That was their act. Though.
It was like a part of the freak show, I guess. That was kind of it was like a sideshow attraction, and we just kind of caused a. We just kind of like went up New England, leaving like flames and destruction in our wake. But it wasn't like crazy in the way that tours usually are. It was just like this weird like purgatory nightmare I existed in for like a few weeks.
It wasn't a fun crazy.
It wasn't fun crazy, but in the way, I reflect on those experiences and I'm like...
It's like being in a shitty rom-com.
Yeah. Yeah.
At one point, Colin was sending me pictures of the houses they were staying in, and it was a sight to behold. There were these really terrifying, very dimly lit, lots of
dolls. Lots and lots of
so many
dolls.
dolls.
There was a horse from like a carousel.
What?
Yeah. There were a bunch of like at night too. Like there was just one light in one of the houses, and it was like bright red.
Ooh.
That's a whorehouse, sir.
Yeah, it's yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
The red light district.
The red light district.
Yeah.
No, it was a time. I'm glad it's over now. But,
I thought Colin was going on tour with them again at one point, and I was trying to scramble to either get gigs or I was going to outright pay him to stay here in town because I was like, please
It's a retainer.
Please
Yeah.
don't tour again with those people. They're horrible.
The money's so good.
The $10 a day was couldn't pass
can't
it up.
beat that rate.
The money is terrible, but the entertainment is just irreplaceable.
It was.
I never know what's going to happen.
Well, what are your conversations before and after the shows with them? I mean,
It depended. I mean, like the guy kind of wanted us to be his friend. Like that was like one of the reasons he hired everyone. And he'd be like, "Oh, let's like hang out." And then this one time we like went to a bar, and they were closed. People were drinking, and then he like just completely freaked out. He's like, "Why are you doing this to me? You saw me, and you just didn't like me." And then like called them all like jerk-offs or something like that. And then got kicked out of the bar, and then like went back to our hotel room and like just like kind of broke down, crying, And
So
I
that
was
was
like,
the banter between
that was
sets.
that was kind of the
That was the
banter.
fun.
That was the off-stage life. And I'm like, I don't know you at all, man. Why are you telling me all this?
I got into rock and roll so I could avoid these emotions.
Yeah, I don't think you understand.
you went the wrong way.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure we'll encounter some insane things, that the more and more we play out, it's just
Lucky if we do.
yeah.
Well, you haven't traveled together though.
No, we haven't yet.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Probably, maybe you need to go and rent a van and just go around the Beltway about 20 times altogether.
Yeah. Just say we've been on tour.
Yeah.
Stress test the relationship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, it would do well on TikTok, probably. Just us videoing ourselves going around in circles and being like, we're a band.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to hate on TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, that was wild. You traveled with this couple.
It was, yeah. I mean, I wasn't the only one in the band. Thankfully, there were like 2 other people in the band who were also just like, what am I doing here? That was the general vibe. But yeah, it was cool in theory. I'm like, oh, they're like, gonna like pay for my flight out there, and I get to like play music every day. Like I didn't like the music, I guess, which was something. I'm like, oh, like if it's like fun enough, I could see like New England in the fall.
Yeah. Once again, the money was good, right?
Yeah.
Free travel.
Money was technically there.
It was present. Yeah, we did almost run over like an Amish person in a buggy once. That was not a highlight.
Well, maybe next time.
Maybe next time we'll finally, yeah.
It's okay, Kat. They can't hear this.
Yeah.
We'll edit this out.
Yeah. So I'd like to apologize to the Amish community.
They can't hear you. They can't
So
hear you.
take a photo of them. Yeah.
Nobody got my joke. I like that.
Yeah.
Second time though.
You got it. Yeah. Second time's the charm.
I will shoehorn that joke in there. So we do ask a couple standard questions. One is, have you ever had an out-of-body experience?
I will again pass this over to Colin.
Yes. Yeah.
So good with the sounds, John.
So, it was actually kind of like not long after we met.
Remember I was saying we weren't a jam band and weren't on hallucinate. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I'm definitely one of the exceptions. So, me and my brothers and a few friends of mine, we went to Busch Gardens. I don't know where you know where that is.
That's where you go. That's what you do when you
That's
do
what you do,
hallucinogens.
and I'm like,
yeah.
okay, cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'll do both mushrooms and acid at the same time. Why not?
Hey, is there an? Sure. Why not? Yeah, we're gonna find out. And that was the last episode of StageCraft.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
No, you really can't. I don't think we can say we did drugs. So we'll just bleep that part out.
Oh, really? I did
We had a bunch of beers.
I had a lot of brewskis that particular evening.
And I mixed it with some other brewskis.
Exactly. of a similar but still different.
Never
kind.
mixed your IPAs and your lagers.
No.
So then what happened? Did you go on the Loch Ness Monster?
We did. It didn't go great. So one of the members in our party, like it was very because we decided to go during Hollow Scream, the Halloween event. I don't know if you know,
God.
but people are like running at you with chainsaws, like you know. And one of the members in our party like completely lost it.
Oh, yeah?
He was like, "I am the son of Satan," you know.
Sure, yeah.
He kind of became Lucifer himself.
Always happens when I have a couple too many beers.
Yeah, of course. You know, he had one too many.
Kids don't drink.
And, you know, as the night progressed, like, okay, we'll ride the Loch Ness Monster. You know, that didn't seem to settle everyone down. So we're like, okay, maybe let's go to one more ride. So we rode Apollo's Chariot, where we actually ended up scaring half of the people in the line. My friend was like,
Yeah, it's
and
when
then
you get to the
I saw
front
like
line.
I saw like a mother cradling her child, like, it's gonna be okay, honey.
Oh my.
Yeah.
We rode the ride, and then I was like, okay, we have to go. Like, we just there's no saving this at this point. And sort of like in the car on the way, one of my other friends who had less beer than me, a lot less beer, ended up driving, and I was just kind of like hanging out in the back seat during this time, and then like all of a sudden, like I just like ascended out of my body. It felt like,
Oh.
and I saw this like, I don't know, this like bright light, you know, and I'm like, maybe I was just very drunk or something. I'm like, whoa, is that my soul?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is.
Very out of body.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, that's like a true out of
So was
body.
it like, do you think you had a chance to go to the other side, the press?
I think I saw something. I saw some sort of fabric, some sort of like network of things. At least like what I was seeing, you know. Who knows what it was, you know, but I
Good
saw like
intel.
this bright light and like that, and yeah, it was like I just felt like I wasn't, you know, inside my body at that time. I'm like, whoa, like how old am I? Like, you know, like, how old is my essence? And it was, I don't know, it was.
For all of you listening, this will be recreated at Union Stage.
Everybody will have an
Every
out-of-body
detail.
experience.
Guaranteed.
I have been needing some time, take a breath just to clear my mind. Everything's been getting to me lately. There is a drift that I cannot repair, I cannot escape. Is there a tear in the continuum? I caught a glimpse into a world of which we have been dreaming. Multi-dimensional, a message coming from beyond, inviting us to see it. cry as I question our reality. I caught a glimpse into a world of which we have been dreaming. Multi-dimensional, a message coming from beyond, inviting us to see it, and it's tangible. Come on, get lost with me. Driving the car far away from the earth, dancing the stars. Come on, get lost with me. Never too soon. Your touch is ethereal, you're transporting me straight to the moon. Come on, get lost with me. Driving the car far away from the earth, dancing the stars. Come on, get lost with me. Never too soon. Your touch is ethereal. Come and get lost with me. Driving the car far away from the earth, dancing the stars. Come and get lost with me. Never too soon. Your touch is ethereal, transporting me straight to the moon. Come on, get lost with me. Driving the car far away from the earth, dancing the stars. Come on, get lost with me. Never too soon. Your touch is ethereal.
But where do we go from there, Don? Where do we go from there?
I'm not sure where we go. How about we find out what kind of music you really don't like?
Oh, that's hot takes. I like this.
It's a good.
Silence.
know mine.
The clock is ticking.
Hit it.
Mine. Like pop country.
That yeah.
You know, I think that's like my one no.
I can side with you there.
Something about the production of it. I don't.
I guess I have somewhat trouble with those like metal bands where there's always the guy who's like no, and the guy's like blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like pick one. You know what I mean? Just like why do you have to do both, man? Like
Would you mind doing it one more time, though? That was pretty good.
and then you know, it's like just make up your mind, dude. Like we don't need both of those things. Like, you're kind of killing it.
Just want to show you his range.
yeah.
Emotional and vocal.
Well, yes, exactly.
Exactly,
Both.
yeah.
Wow.
That was good.
I have to agree with you on that genre.
Yeah.
Against it.
Yeah.
It's-
No, I have
it's
everything
rough.
everything
It's rough.
against it.
Literally only genre.
Even Shania?
Can't. It's all right.
Oh, she's a lovely person.
She's a saint.
That don't impress me. Is that Shania?
That
See what?
Really sounds really.
and Damn, I Feel Like a Woman. Such a band.
Oh, see, okay. Those are great pop hits.
It's pretty. I mean, that's like for,
Dolly,
fairness.
everything she
Well,
does.
Dolly is
Yeah, no,
Saint
no,
Dolly in this.
Well,
house.
pop country
It's
and
not pop
country are
country,
different.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't
True.
consider Dolly to be
True.
pop country. She was a pop star,
She was.
Yeah.
working 9 to 5.
And is.
Icon, yeah.
We love Dolly. I've yet to meet a person that does not at least respect Dolly Parton.
Absolutely, Saint Dolly. Saint
Wow.
Dolly.
Wow.
We have her to thank. The vaccine. We have her to thank for it. She helped finance it.
Yeah.
Legitimately?
Legitimately.
COVID vaccine.
Yes.
She's a big philanthropist. I don't know. I didn't know she did that. Though.
Has anyone ever been to Dollywood?
No.
Show of hands.
No.
Show of
I think
hands.
so.
John.
Because I didn't want to.
Oh,
So.
I think we know we gotta go. Let's get some beer.
On tour.
Let's get some
StageCraft
beer, and we will go to Dollywood.
So do you have any R&B influences? I say that because we lost. I know this is pre-recorded, but we lost Tina Turner.
I know.
And has she affected you anyway, or her genre of music?
I'm saddened by the loss, but Tina, at least for me particularly. I don't know about you, Colin.
I did like a Tina Turner tribute with my family once, actually. So I'm like,
This is awesome.
speaking of which, so it's like, yeah, it's like I don't know if I'd call her an influence, but I just remember like learning the music and being like, wow, like okay, like she's pretty versatile, just like from the early kind of like Phil Spector stuff to like her later like pop success, like like I respected her hustle and just sort of like what she did. And yeah. I'm not sure if I'd call her like an influence, but like definitely like it was cool to just kind of like take apart that music and kind of like recreate it best we could.
Kind of broke the mold from
Yeah.
the Supremes type bands.
Yeah.
Independent, fierce woman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
He's
say
like, I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna
That-
do,
what's
and
the
yeah.
guy? Ike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like she could take it up, way up, but in control all the time, and she could pull it back and then bring it up again.
Yeah.
And it's different than someone who just is being loud.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like she could, definitely get up
Obviously.
there. She had a great range, But
Saw her back in the day with Lionel Richie,
oh wow, okay,
but she was the star.
yeah. No, a bit like huge personality. Yeah.
Great movie role in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
I'm sad to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that clip where like she's like, "Oh, ain't we a pair?" or something like that. But that's unfortunately the only thing I really know. Oh right,
Oh,
Right,
okay.
right.
Okay. Which we're gonna perform for you right
right. Yes, it's now
Colin
a
actually is
Tina
doing all the
Turner
high
tribute.
stuff.
We can do. That's a good karaoke jam. We don't need another
Yeah,
girl.
yeah.
Well, you said you do covers. What covers do you do?
So we've done a few. We did a Stevie Wonder one.
Too high.
Too High. Something we've done in the past. Michael Jackson cover as well.
Which was also written by Stevie Wonder.
Which was also
Can't
actually a
help it.
Stevie Wonder song. Yes.
We really love Stevie.
Stevie is, I guess, talking about like R&B influences, like Stevie Wonder. It's pretty massive.
Dope. Yeah.
I love Marvin Gaye. Like all of his stuff. His Alimony album is insane to me, and I love it so much. Pretty crazy. And yeah, like I don't know. I kind of like delve deep into that stuff a lot. So I don't know. Like it holds a very special place in my heart. Even like Sam Cooke or like Otis Redding kind of people, like old school.